The complete and final look of my house, it was like wow. That was the moment which I would never forget, like how I felt when I first time entered in my ready house. Interior designer like Siddhant, he understood our requirements so well, and he were not just like giving us a suggestions like you should do like this or like that, but he was, even if we don't understand few things in interior things, he used to suggest us, this is good for you, this is bad for you. He won't just go and blindly take the requirements and implement it. He would analyze that whether it would look good or not, because at a time sometimes happens like we think like this might go very good to my place or very good to my house, but he knows vision, like when you implement everything, he knows what would go wrong and what can be the best for us. He was very clear what he wanted from his client, what he want and what he wanted to implement it. So when I told him this is what my requirement is and this is what my budget is, clearly he told me at some point of time, whenever we go further, we have to ramp down our budget, and somewhere we have to extend our budget and all those things. So BOQ wise, he was the one person which I met. He gave a clear BOQ, and I was happy, like he till our last day of interior designing phase, that BOQ was maintained, and there was not any major change in the budget. So we can rely on him, like if he says your budget would go on XYZ amount, it won't go beyond that, and he will make sure that whatever the things we choose it in our budget. So he's always there for us to guide where we are exceeding our budget and where we should save. So that one point we can rely on him. Design phase, the design which Siddhant gave, my first expectation was I want to see, whenever my entire house would be ready, I wanted to see like today only, like how my house would look like. So Siddhant gave me those designs very clearly at very first phase of our planning, and we won't believe it. It was exact same, more or I would say it was not exact. It was far better than what he has given a designs. So I'm sure if you like his designs, if you like your future home in his design, definitely you're gonna like it after that. He was the first guy who did not ask me a single penny, because if you go for the design, we know what are the rates in market for designing, but he was the person who gave me initial pics of whatever my requirements were, with, you can say, free of cost, or we have just given him a word like we are going to go ahead with you. So on that word itself he has given me the design pics. First we need the space, and second one, it should look luxurious. So considering these two facts, he has given us the designs, and it's pretty perfect, I would say. Partially, if you say, but rather I would say it was not a client and designer sort of relationship with him, because whenever we, it's a process of 3 to 4 months for me actually, and it was more or like a friend who can, and no matter what was the time, we used to, whenever we used to get time, we used to just call up him, and he was always ready for us to answer our calls, like Siddhant, this is what we have to do, Siddhant, this is what we, whatever our requirements was.
See, it was just him or we, it was like us in the entire execution and the selection process. So first like he asked us like what were our expectation, and also like I mentioned, since we are working, so the selection or the execution, he made sure that we are available. So it was not done, anything was not done on weekends. He would check with us for our availability first. We would meet on weekends, and also as Amber mentioned, he is very punctual. So we also made sure that next time whenever we meet him, we will be there on time because he was very much cautious like about our time. And yes, the selection process, yeah, it was we three of us were there.
For the entire journey of 3 to 4 months, I was pretty clear what are all the payments I have to make in coming weeks or coming days, I would say. And transparency was there. I mean, you would know where exact each and every penny of yours is going. Say, if I liked something, I would say, yeah, this is done and I want it. But if he thinks that's not good for our home, in any way, like in budget wise as well and in look wise as well, he would upfront tell you like, yeah, you can go ahead, but this is what our budget is and our budget is going to get impact if you select this. Rather than that, he would again give us an alternative approach as well, like, or alternative way, like whether we should go with what is the final work is way better than what he gives in his designs.
It was more of a jaw-dropping moment for us. We just went awe. Actually, we asked him to build a house, to design a house for us, but he built a home with love, and it is a dream house for us now.
He was always there for us, and he's just one call away from us.
For me, the main two things were being a toddler mom. I wanted the home in such a way that it should not be harmful to her, like things should not be sharp. Second thing was maintenance. And Siddharth, he was the only one who came up with these 2 points. So when I was having a discussion, he was like, okay, so do you have a kid? He asked us this and he said, okay, we need to build house in that way. And second thing, he himself asked me, like, I told him I want a lavish house. So he was like, okay, we will build it, but it should be in such a way that you should be able to maintain it as well. So he was the one who used the word maintain, which is very important for me. As I told, I wanted a lavish house. So the first design that he came up with, it was more like I was like, is it a movie that I'm watching? It was far more than perfect that he came up with. It was just a perfect design that we were expected, and yeah, we were satisfied with it. A few things were like I was expecting, for example, what I can say, yeah, like this. Here I was expecting like it should be more of that tall unit where we can keep our things and we can open it. But he was like, no, you should go with this. It will look nice. And actually I can it's more, yeah, obviously it's looking nice. So yeah, I'm not saying he forced it, but yeah, he forced us in a good way. I can say that. Yeah. He made sure that it met our dream. Yeah, I'm liking it. Dry balcony, we don't have it. So when guest comes, it was difficult for us, like all the utensils will be up. So he made sure that he has provided us a different spot where we can keep all our things. And also he has given us what we say, even the storage. He has kept in mind the most important thing is storage. In the full house, he has made sure that like all our things are properly managed. We don't have to keep anything outside.